Good evening on this Monday edition of Source 16 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Michelle Herron, filling in for Tammy Hancock. Topping our news this evening, 2 people are in stable condition at Vanderbilt Medical Center's trauma unit after their motorcycle was hit by a van and it threw them to the pavement. Oak Grove police say 26-year-old Sandra Mendez was turning onto Fort Campbell Boulevard from the BP parking lot in front of Gate 6 around 1:45 this afternoon when she failed to observe a motorcycle being driven by 34-year-old John Jonks. The motorcycle struck Mendez's minivan and both riders were thrown to the pavement. Both victims were initially transported to Blanchfield Army Community Hospital and Gateway Medical Center, but within an hour they were life-flighted to Vanderbilt. Now, Mendez did not sustain any injuries in the collision. And military officials say a suicide bombing in Afghanistan has killed 4 101st Airborne Division soldiers. Major General John Campbell confirmed the deaths by video conference today from his headquarters in Bagram Airfield. According to Major General, about 40 soldiers were in a single room conducting a meeting when a man wearing an Afghan National Army uniform detonated a bomb that he was wearing. The names of the 4 local soldiers have not been released, pending family notification. And Kentucky State Police are investigating human remains that were found near the McCracken, Graves, and Marshall County lines over the weekend. The skeletal remains were discovered by turkey hunters in a heavily wooded area off Bryant Ford Road. Officials have confirmed the remains are in fact human, but a positive identification has not been made as of news time. The investigation is still ongoing, and the State Medical Examiner's Office in Madisonville is scheduled to examine the remains on Tuesday. And a Pembroke man was life-flighted to Vanderbilt Medical Center with serious injuries when his vehicle hit a cow on Saturday night. The Christian County Sheriff's Department says 58-year-old Terry Cook was traveling on Pembroke Road around 9:45 Saturday night when his vehicle reportedly struck a cow that was in the middle of the highway. Now, upon impact, the cow went across the hood and onto the windshield of the car, causing major damage to the front and top of Cook's car. The victim sustained facial and head injuries and was life-flighted to Vanderbilt Medical Center. A Hopkinsville man and 2 children were injured when their car flipped at the Lovers Lane exit on Edward T. Breathitt Pennyroyal Parkway yesterday. Kentucky State Police say 22-year-old Daniel Michaels was attempting to exit the parkway yesterday afternoon when he lost control of his vehicle. The front driver's side of the car struck an earth embankment and caused it to overturn and come to a rest on its top. Michael and his 2 passengers, 12-year-old Venecia Trujillo and 9-month-old Adrian Michaels, were transported to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. And meanwhile, Hopkinsville police are investigating an assault that allegedly took place at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School. The 11-year-old male victim reportedly told police a male acquaintance assaulted him at their school classroom last week. In addition, the victim told police that he lost a tooth and suffered internal bruising on his forehead from the assault. Police have charged the 11-year-old boy with second-degree assault. And a Christian County judge has granted probation to a former Jenny Stewart Medical Center bookkeeper charged with embezzling thousands of dollars from the hospital. Judge John Atkins sentenced 45-year-old Deborah Kuhn of Thornton Court to 5 years probation. As previously reported by Source 16, Kuhn stole over $52,000 from Jenny Stewart Medical Center and pled guilty in December to 56 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a forged instrument. And the Graves County Sheriff's Office made several arrests in a string of multiple burglaries and thefts over the weekend. Officials say 22-year-old Charles Russell of Mayfield allegedly broke into Odom's Livestock on US 45 South in Mayfield and stole a safe that was welded to the floor. He also reportedly cashed a blank check from the safe at a local bank. Now, meanwhile, deputies arrested a 16-year-old juvenile from Paducah after he reportedly broke into a Dodson Road garage and stole a 2007 Honda Rubicon four-wheeler. The juvenile rode the four-wheeler to Dublin, where he picked up 18-year-old Joseph Jones. Officials say they rode the four-wheeler until it ran out of fuel and abandoned it in Water Valley. Now, police say after Jones and the juvenile abandoned the vehicle, 20-year-old Jeremy Meadows made arrangements the next day with another juvenile in Mayfield to trade the Rubicon for a racing-style Honda four-wheeler. Police then arrested 18-year-old Christopher Meadows of Water Valley and a 16-year-old juvenile from Paducah after Meadows allegedly took a laptop that was reported stolen from Heath Middle School and sold it to a juvenile in Mayfield and split the money with the juvenile from Paducah. Now, all of the adults have been lodged in the Graves County Detention Center, and the juveniles have been lodged in the McCracken County Juvenile Detention Center. Well, tax deadline is officially here, and if you haven't filed your taxes yet, you have until midnight to do so. Today, volunteers with the First Baptist Church of Hopkinsville passed out free stamps outside the Hopkinsville Post Office to people sending in their taxes.
And we're here on tax day handing out stamps. We're about to have a stamp for the taxes. We're handing out water and cookies, and turnout's been very well. A lot of people here want water and also the cookies.
Now, none of our post offices in our viewing area will be open late this tax day, but it's because most people have electronically filed their taxes this year. The Internal Revenue Service reports that by early this morning, the IRS had received nearly 101 million e-filed returns for the 2011 tax season. And for those of you still needing to file, e-filing and free file will be available both through tonight and for those of you filing with a 6-month extension. Now, you can find out more information at the IRS's website at irs.gov. And it goes without saying that combat is hard on the mind, body, and soul of any veteran, but it doesn't have to be all bad. Here's Source 16's Marie Fainter with a local Vietnam veteran's extraordinary life's journey.
An accidental discovery and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to star in a film with a movie icon are just two things a local Vietnam veteran has accomplished in his life.
Still amazing that I've lived through all this.
In 1967, while attending officer candidacy school at Fort Benning, Georgia, Coate met the Duke.
I was a captain chaplain in part of this movie, The Green Beret.
And then, in 1969, Coate and his platoon of 18 men in Vietnam stumbled upon a small, helpless deer that, in 1995, would later be classified as a new species to Washington scientists.
In the middle of a big clearing, we had found this little deer, animal about this big, and down in the bottom of the crater, it was in the mud.
According to the retired captain, the deer was named after a rugged mountain range between Vietnam and Laos and was more dog-sized than deer-sized.
The little thing was a blessing.
The deer's antlers now serve as a constant reminder of his time while in Vietnam. Marie Fainter, Source 16 News.
Callaway County High School is taking nominations for the School-Based Decision-Making Council until 3:30 on April 25th. The election will be held on Thursday, April 28th. Parents and guardians of students who will attend CCHS for the 2011-2012 school year are eligible to run and to vote. The nomination form and information sheet can be picked up in the school's front office at 2108 College Farm Road between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. And Christian County motorists should be aware of some road work on I-24 this week. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says westbound traffic on the I-24 overpass at exit 86 has been restricted to one lane. The restriction is to allow the repair of an expansion join on the overpass deck and includes a reduced speed limit with enhanced enforcement presence and double fines. KTC says the contractor expects to have work at this site completed by the end of the week and have all lanes open for the busy Easter holiday. Also, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet will hold a public meeting tomorrow night to discuss Phase 1 of the US 41A Nebo Road Widening Project in Madisonville. The informational meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at Madisonville North Hopkins High School, where officials will discuss plans for a project along US 41A from US 41 Main Street in Madisonville near Yorkwood Place condominiums and Lake Pee Wee Road. In November, state transportation officials announced they would divide the project into two phases to allow construction on Phase 1 to start in late 2013 or early 2014. And here's a look at some upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. Morningside Ministries, with one of the chamber's newest members, will be hosting an eye-opener breakfast on Tuesday, April 19th at 7:30 a.m. at the James E. Bruce Convention Center. Come hear the latest information about their plans in Hopkinsville. For more information, contact the Chamber at 270-885-9096. And on Saturday, April 30th, from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., there will be a Kentucky Pep Rallies event at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary. This is a free event and will feature workshops for parents and activities for school-aged children. For more information about the event, contact 502-226-6610. The Alpha Alternatives 20th Annual Fundraising Banquet, 20 Years of Making a Difference, will take place Monday, May 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the James E. Bruce Convention Center. The deadline to RSVP is Thursday, April 21st. For more information about the banquet, contact 270-885-3820. Also, the local chapter of Soldiers Angels is looking for donors to participate in helping troops know that they are appreciated. Donors are asked to collect welcome home kits for single soldiers returning to Fort Campbell from their deployments, or to provide food and drinks for waiting families. For more information, contact Regina Urbanski at 931-220-9522. These chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. And Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is $12 million, and the Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $56 million.